Hi, I'm Pieter Seelaar, captain of the national men's team. I'm here answering a few of your questions you've sent in through the social medias, and yeah, I think it's best to get started.
All right, Pete Seelaar, what is the biggest difference from the 2009 Netherlands team to the 2021 Netherlands team?
Arguably, the professionalism is the biggest thing that has changed. I mean, in 2009, we're just happy to be there, and I think now, 2021, we're actually looking to strive for some results. Obviously, trying to get through the first round is going to be massive for us, so that's going to be our main aim. Where in 2009 we're just quite happy just to compete, where now we're actually looking to win games. So this would arguably be the most difference. Yeah.
And tell us about your journey being a part of the Netherlands side from a player, and now the last couple of years you're now the captain of the Netherlands side. Talk to us through what it's like to be now captaining your national side.
Well, when you start off as a player, you just have to worry about yourself. I guess that's the difference when you become a captain. You've got 15 to 16 other players on tour to manage, which is a different side of things. And obviously in the game you're much more involved because as captain, you're kind of the tactician of the team. So that's a change of role I've really embraced and really enjoyed, because I guess taking over for Pieter, who's been captain for was captain for about 8 years. Those were big shoes to fill, which I do in my own way, and I think starting in 2018, it was new, it was all a bit how am I going to get through this, whereas now I'm a lot more comfortable in the role, where I think the guys kind of know that as well, where it's there's a lot more chats, a lot more stuff happening, where at first was worrying about the team and now it's just getting stuff done, and I think that's going all right.
And is there another captain in another sport or a leader that you look up to?
There's been quite a few, but mainly when Brendan McCullum was one who changed kind of New Zealand cricket, was one I really followed closely at that stage. And when I saw that question, I thought a very good question. I think MS Dhoni is one I've really looked up to, because as a player I could have been quite emotional, and learning how to be cool, especially in pressure situations. That's what really helped me by learning from MS Dhoni, to see how he deals with stuff. So I guess Brendan McCullum and MS Dhoni are the ones I've really learned from.
And there's a question around legacy. What kind of legacy would you like to leave?
When you think about Dutch cricket, it's very much a respected side or a respected team in the associate world, and I guess the legacy I would like to leave now with us playing in the Super League and us now performing here at the World Cup is that I would like the Dutch cricket team to be much more respected by full members. I think that's one of the things I really want to leave behind. That the associate stuff, we've been a top nation for as long as I can remember. Where I think now it's time to move on to that next level and get the same respect from the full members. I don't know if you've guys seen the press release from Sri Lanka cricket where they've talked down a little bit playing in this first round, which arguably is what I've been talking about. I think respect in the full member world is definitely a legacy I would like to leave behind for Dutch cricket.
And now we go into the preparations for the side. You had your first taste of quarantine, 6 days quarantine here in Dubai. How did you find the quarantine?
I did not enjoy it one bit. I think the first day was alright, because you get some sleep in and it was actually quite nice to be on your own. After that, I'm a people's person, so I thrive off people's energy. And it was tough, but in saying that, it had to be done. And actually now it's kind of a blur, because it's been quite a while ago now. We're back into, I guess, a more normal lifestyle in training and being around each other. So quarantine was tough, but stuff that needed to get done, and it's out of the way now, and I don't really want to think about it anymore.
Nice. And so a typical day here in Dubai now that you're out of quarantine. So what do you normally get up to?
Well, there's in the morning we've got a team room, which maybe will be good to show you guys a little bit later on. But there's a little bit of a gym built in, so guys can get their gym work done in the team room. Then once we get to training, you know, there's like different kinds of training. I guess we've got three sort of trainings. One is like a center wicket, which is really run by the coaches, where you know you basically want to replicate match scenarios as closely as possible. Then there's, you know, your normal net session where people get their volume work done, and actually, you know, still being competitive, but it's more focused on the individual player itself. And there's a sort of third option, which, you know, is kind of like I guess what you call a top-up session, where players themselves can really own that session and come up with stuff they want to do on that day, and it's really about making them feel good and making sure they are as well prepared as they could possibly be for a World Cup.
Awesome. Final question, what are 3 highlights you've had in a Dutch shirt?
3 highlights. The first one that obviously comes to mind, and for me is number 1, is the 2009 T20 World Cup, playing against England, beating England on that first day. It was, I guess, also where we were as a team. You know, it was just such a huge victory for associate cricket, I suppose, in general, but mainly for Dutch cricket. It was so huge because no one expected it. That it was, you know, one of those days that will always live in your memory. Second one, a very close second, I must say, is you know, the chase against Ireland in 2014. We, you know, chasing 190 in sort of 13.2 overs was a magnificent effort, and you know, the incredible hitting and also the energy that was around the ground, around the team. It's just phenomenal, and also just one of those experiences you'll never forget. And I guess third one would be winning the Super League in 2017. There was a journey we've been through with the guys at that stage, you know, where we were close to relegating to World Cricket League 3, and you know, 2 years later winning the World Cricket League, where we got to the Super League and actually got our fixtures against the full members we've been crying out for such a long time. That whole journey was a thing, and the ultimate moment which ironically wasn't us beating Namibia at that stage, was more that I think Hong Kong lost to PNG, and the eruption of emotion was just you know, one of those things where, you know, for example, I've seen Pieter let down a tear, something not many people have witnessed. So yeah, the emotion and that highlight is those 3 are the highlights that stand out for me.
Awesome. Thanks, Pete Seelaar.
Thank you.